All right, and we are back here on the GSMC Football Podcast. And for the final part of the show, we're going to now get into my top 5 teams going into the divisional round this weekend. So, again, might be a little disappointed by the top 5 because it's kind of the same. There was at least one change, at least in the order. I'm kind of giving away too much, but anyways, let's get into that right now. So at the number 5 spot, I have once again the Baltimore Ravens. Now, you might be saying that's too low. I get it. Now, all these teams that are left are the elite teams. And I've said it before, any of these teams can win the whole thing. But they are coming in, playing really well. Derrick Henry, another big game. Lamar Jackson was efficient. They got the win against the Steelers, and they will be going up against the Buffalo Bills, who they beat up on earlier this year. Derrick Henry had almost 200 yards rushing in that game. But yeah, the defense is also playing better as well, because the pass defense really struggled during the season, but they've been able to figure it out. And yeah, they're playing some really good football right now. But I for some reason I didn't move them up. I kept them at 5. It's very tough right now. It's very tough right now. But 5 is still good. Like I said, this is the elite of the elite. And we'll see what happens after this weekend because things can definitely change. If, upsets happen, certain teams lose, things can change. But I got the Ravens at 5 right now. And let's see what they do this weekend when they take on the Bills. At 4, I actually moved the Eagles down. I had them in the top 3. I moved them down to 4. The offense was a little rusty, passing game at least. Jalen Hurts was not spectacular, but they didn't have to be. That's the thing. Like, people were so turned off by their performance on Sunday offensively, but it's just they didn't have to be great because their defense was great. And that's why their defense, that's kind of why I'm leaning towards, putting the Eagles ahead of the Ravens. I didn't move the Ravens up. I did move the Eagles down 1, but the Eagles defense, look at what they did to Lamar Jackson in that offense earlier this year. They didn't really have to do too much. They benefited off of turnovers. The muffed kickoff in the beginning of the game. They immediately got 7 out of that, and they really never looked back. They had the lead the entire time. And Saquon Barkley had a quiet day for a guy that had over 100 yards rushing. Really didn't have any big runs, but they leaned on him. And that's what they're going to have to do, if they're going to want to win this whole thing. And they're already looking at him as a leader. Well, we know this already. But not only that he is a leader, but he is the leader of the team. And you know what? That doesn't surprise me because you know what? That's what he comes with. And that's, coming from a fan of the team that he left. But it's true, though. He has been a difference maker for this team. And that combined with the defense, this is a team that is very, very dangerous. And they can win the whole thing. Now, I think they're going to have to play better offensively on Sunday if they're going to want to take down the Rams because the Rams are coming in hot off of the win against the Vikings. So, Jalen Hurts in that passing game is going to have to step up. They're going to have to make plays because that Rams defense is playing better. Now, oddly enough, this picture comes from the game against the Rams where Barkley ran for over 200 yards. But I don't see that happening again. I think, the Rams, they're going to be more prepared for this game, and it's going to definitely be a little bit closer. But it's going to be tough for the Rams because now that offense is going to have to go up against the Eagles' defense, which is really good. So, yeah, I got the Eagles at 4. Again, the offense was not overly impressive on Sunday, but it didn't have to be. A.J. Brown only had 1 catch for 11 yards, But, again, they didn't need to be because the Packers just couldn't get anything going. At 3, I got the Bills. What a way that game started. Broncos go right down the field. Bo Nix connects with Troy Franklin for the touchdown, and you're thinking, oh, no, that's not good. But the Bills locked in the rest of the game. And Josh Allen had another solid playoff performance. And, they got their sets set higher. I mean, same thing with the team they're going to be playing with on Sunday. There is so much on the line in that game. It's not even funny. Because I said going into the playoffs, those are the two quarterbacks that probably have the most pressure to do something. And they're going to be playing each other. So whoever wins, it's huge for them. But whoever loses, I mean, they are going to get torn apart. I really cannot wait for that game. I want it to be Sunday already, even though the game's going to go really fast. All the games go really fast. But, yeah, Josh Allen was solid once again. The defense played really well for the Bills. And they're playing well at the right time, because and the other thing too is people thought Denver was going to keep it close. People thought there was a chance that Denver could upset them. I said that game was the game I was most intrigued by, but it ended up being a blowout. And Josh Allen is spreading the ball around. It's not one guy that he's going to. He's spreading it around. Curtis Samuel had a good day. Khalil Shakir's had a good year. Keon Coleman caught the 2-point conversion. James Cook had a big day. Ty Johnson caught that touchdown in the back of the end zone. They got two good tight ends. You got Amari Cooper as well, who didn't really do much, but still you got him on the team. It's a plus. We'll see what happens on Sunday now when they take on the Ravens. It's going to be different. It's going to be a different kind of game because now it's in Buffalo. And the Bills, I think, are a better team than they were when they matched up earlier in the season. So I got them at 3. And then at number 2, got the Detroit Lions. They will be taking on the Commanders this weekend, getting a little bit healthier. They're going to be getting David Montgomery back. And, yeah, this has been arguably the best team all year. Jared Goff put together another great season. Jameson Williams stepped up this year. That was one guy that I was looking at as a guy that was going to potentially take that next step, and he did. Had over 1,000 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown, one of the best receivers in the NFL. He had another big year. A good tight end, Sam Laporta. That defense, listen, they played well against the Vikings, and they really needed that bye, and that bye really is going to help them. But it sets up an interesting matchup with the Commanders now. I'm curious to see how that game plays out. But they really needed that bye week. They had an earlier bye week this year. It was week 5. So hopefully they get some more guys back and they're ready to roll on Saturday. That's the late game on Saturday. So looking forward to that. But yeah, they're going to start getting guys back and they're going to be almost whole. So yeah, I got them at 2. And then at number 1, no surprise, Kansas City Chiefs. And it's been a long time since we saw Patrick Mahomes and the starters play. Last time they played was on Christmas, which is almost a month ago. So they'll be playing on Saturday for the first time in a while. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It's the Chiefs. They can handle any kind of circumstances that they deal with. And, I mean, they could have played their starters last week. They didn't. But they're going to be ready to roll for this playoff game against the Texans. I fully expect them to win this game. I would be surprised if they don't, even though I always say nothing surprises me. But I expect them to win this game and get to the AFC Championship game and host it once again. Patrick Mahomes, his numbers in the divisional round, I wanted to bring this up because I saw this stat. I think it was it CBS that posted it? Yeah, CBS's Instagram. Patrick Mahomes' career in the divisional round. 6-0, 1,813 total yards, 16 total touchdowns, no interceptions, a completion percentage of 70.4, and then a passer rating of 115.8. Guy retires now, he'd first ballot Hall of Famer, easily. But that's what he does. He does not lose in the divisional round. And, yeah, I think that's going to remain the same here. So, yeah, to kind of run through the top 5 once again. 5, I got the Ravens. 4, the Eagles. 3, the Bills. 2, the Lions. And then 1, I have the Chiefs. Let me know what you guys think about these rankings. What would your rankings be? Let me know in the comments. We'll see what happens this weekend. We will see what happens this weekend. Because when we get down to just 4 teams, I'm just going to do a top 4. But, yeah, it should be a fun weekend. Hopefully the games are better than last week or this past week. But we will preview all of them on Friday. And actually, I just wanted to bring up something. A player that we talked about before, some breaking news there. So yeah, we haven't used that in a while. So we talked about Quinn Ewers and whether or not he's going to go play somewhere else next year. So it seems that he is declaring for the NFL draft. His agent told ESPN he ends his career at Texas. He went 21-5 as a starter, and yeah, so he is going to enter the NFL draft. So that's another option for teams that might need a quarterback. We'll see where the draft experts have him going, where his projection is. But that was made official. One of my friends sent that in our sports chat. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the show for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to check out all the other shows as well. Like I said, Friday we will preview all the games, including the national championship game, because I will not be doing a show on Monday, so I'm going to preview the national championship game on Friday. But we will be back Tuesday through Friday of next week. But yeah, show tomorrow, show Friday, just no show Monday. And then we'll be back rocking and rolling Tuesday through Friday, and then business as usual from there. So yeah, listen, we're winding down here. College football is almost over, and then the NFL will soon be over after that. Tomorrow, some topics I've come up with. There's some head coaching searches. Teams still looking for head coaches. I wanted to get into. Some more Mike McCarthy stuff. Potential Mike McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers reunion, maybe. Might talk about that tomorrow. Also wanted to get into the All Pros, what players made first team All Pro, stuff like that. That'll all be covered tomorrow. So make sure to check it out, tune in, and yeah, like I said, check out all the other shows. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the video. And until next time, I'm Kenneth Gruenfelder signing off from the GSMC Football Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Have a good day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care.